How do you know? Did you look at it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You like natural stuff. We are live. Hello, hello, everyone. Greetings, greetings, greetings from the Henderson Financial Group. Yes, yes, we're the Henderson Financial Group located here in Miami Lakes, Florida. And I just want to let everybody know we are back. My daughter Hyacinth and I, we're back. And we're going to kick off the new year with a bang. Education, understanding, and creation. That's what we all about. And I gotta say, prosperity. What do you say,
Oh
darling?
my goodness. I can't do it without prosperity.
Prosperity.
Prosperity, abundance,
Yes, yes,
wealth.
yes, yes. I see my friend Mario. He's right on time, boy. Mario just pop up. We're back. We're back. Yes, yes. The crew is back. The team's back. My darling Hyacinth Renee Henderson is here.
Oh my God. You starting that
She's been
again?
so busy. And we figured we'll let you guys know that 2026 is going to be a fantastic, fantastic, prosperous, wonderful, educational year. Right?
100%. I love that. I love that intro. Do you introduce yourself? So let me introduce myself. My name is
Okay.
Hyacinth Henderson. I am the co-CEO of the Henderson Financial Group. We are a full service financial planning and investment advisory firm located in sunny South Florida. We have clients all over the world. And this is my father. And as he stated, we are back. It feels like forever. I see you have the studio kind of rearranged for a party of one
Yes.
when I got
I've
up
been
here.
riding solo. Well, me and James T. We've been
Yes,
doing our
but in
Saturday
in
show.
your physical in the physical studio, it's
Yes.
only, and I'm like, what is happening here?
Yes.
But anyway, so we're back and we need to be back. We have lots of information to share and inspiration to give and things like that. So here we are. Now we are going to, we said that we're going to talk more about retirement
Right.
and planning for the future and things like that. But I was thinking,
Okay, you was thinking, oh my God, and thinkers rule the world. Not too many people think.
I know.
Most 95% of people just regurgitate what they've heard from
I
the news or the
know.
coffee shop or water cooler,
Barbershop,
yeah,
yeah.
barbershop. They
Mhm.
just kind of regurgitate. They don't really
Mhm.
think.
They don't think.
95% of people don't think. That's kind of real. Thinkers rule the world. So since you've been thinking
I've been
and you on the
thinking.
5%,
I've
tell me
been
what you've been
thinking.
thinking about,
I've
daughter.
been thinking. It was quick. It probably was a download. But I have the thought, I was like, we have to keep our essence, which is the fact that we speak about not just financial planning strategy, the practical side of it, but the spiritual side, the metaphysical side.
Okay.
So we're not doing without that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because
Hmm.
man, because you're gonna be
That's our thing.
you're gonna be 45, boy, in 2026. Oh my God, I
What
see a
is
whole lot of things gonna happen in 2026.
what is that? What does
Wow.
my age have to do
When I
with?
said that's you're gonna be able to walk through walls. When I said by
Okay,
that time you're
you're
gonna be able
right.
to walk through walls, you're gonna be like, come by you, yeah.
I know. Do you think I'm on track? I feel
You
like I'm
are,
on track.
yeah, you
Yeah.
are,
I
you
feel
are.
like I'm on track. I've matured and experienced
Right.
life and
Turn the page, letting stuff go.
yeah, oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Turn the page, learn to turn the page, and just let it
Oh
go.
wait, you don't have a microphone.
That's right.
Can
Mario,
have y'all been hearing him?
get this mic.
Has y'all just been listening to me?
Oh my God.
Were you able to hear him? Should he redo that? Oh my goodness. I think they heard you through my mic.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, your mic is right there. They probably heard me. Mario, did y'all hear me say what
I
I
don't
said?
know. People just maybe you sound like wah 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 wah.
Nah, I don't think so. Mario heard me.
And there's that turning mic. It still does that.
Yeah, still does that. Goodness gracious. Damn, I
Well,
told to adjust this. It still turns. Look at
it's
that.
okay. Just hold it. It's fine. It's
All right,
fine.
all right,
Don't
all
worry
right.
about it.
Okay.
All right. So yeah. So we're back. We're gonna be talking about different things. So what catch us up? What do we want to talk about today? What's been going on in the world?
First of all,
Mhm.
we're ending 2025. When you say
Mhm.
what's been going on in the world, oh my God. You got to kind of ignore some of this stuff because this stuff you cannot help. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I think that truly, contrary to what a lot of people believe, since I believe in a higher power, I
Mhm.
do think everything is in divine order.
I agree with you.
Now that's hard for a lot of people. Like, what?
Mhm.
What? Something's going wrong.
Right. Right.
I do think things are in divine order because think about it. The script writer, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the universe,
Mhm.
writes a script, and we think, no, it should be this way. Dude, this should be this way or that way, or this should have happened. This should have happened. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But you're not the creator. You're not the script writer. So naturally, it's gonna be like, what is going on? It's like watching a good movie.
Mhm.
And you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen. The movie's so simple. They're not interesting. I like thrillers and dramas that you can't figure out. And you're like, oh my God, I cannot believe that happened.
This
you know
happened.
what I mean?
But let's go back to your point that everything happens in divine order. So when you say that, I hear people saying even and the average person says even the bad stuff. But I'm going to encourage you and remind you not to label things good or bad. Things just are. So instead of the bad stuff, I'm going to use the term challenges. So when you say everything is in divine order and someone is saying, oh my gosh, even the challenges that I experienced, Mr. Henderson, how can you say that everything is in divine order? And Hyacinth, how can you agree with him with that statement?
Because it's a fact. As a matter of fact, it is in order if you believe there is a creator.
But I understand, but that's just you just saying it over and over again. But what is the purpose of challenges?
But that's humans. That's human. That's your human intellect. First of all, as I was talking about a screenwriter, movie writer, whatever, we look at a good movie and we feel this should have happened. This person should have married that person. Or why did they kill this character? You know what I mean? They killed this character, and that's the way the screenwriter wrote it. And that's the way of life is. I didn't, like I said, I'm 5'9". I definitely would have made myself 7 foot tall. Every time I say I'm 5'9", she always, that's my driver's license say, and we the same height when she's not wearing those high heels.
I don't know that's accurate.
Okay, but moving right along. Moving right along. Come on, got to keep going. Moving right along. We only got 30 minutes on this thing. Moving right along.
Okay.
The reason why I say it's in divine order because it's in order and it happens. Now, I was talking to a guy who's a minister, and he was saying, Robert, how could that possibly be? Because he says, he says, you trying to tell me that everything's in divine order and there's people out there starving and over in the Middle East and, out in Sudan or whatever. And I said, listen, let me tell you something. Just because you and I we only have our human intellect of understanding because all of us humans, we rely on our 5 senses. Most of the time, if we can't see it, it ain't there. So we need our eyes to see.
For the average person.
For the average person. For the 99% of people. Okay. So we use as humans is our 5 senses. When you're dealing with the spiritual world, it's beyond the 5 senses. As a matter of fact, the 5 senses cannot even comprehend the spiritual world. And the spiritual world is the unseen world, and that's where all the flavor is.
I love it.
You got it?
So
just because you can't figure something out, understand something, that don't mean it's not so. Because think about it. A lot of people, just because they don't see it, they think it's not there. Think about the hidden cameras and all that, the burglars or whatever, just because you can't see it. Like, how did you figure this out? But they can. So in terms of, this guy said, Robert, but what about this guy who, somebody in the house and a family and the whole house burns down? I said, let me tell you something. In your reality, you witnessed that. But we got 8 billion people on the planet. They didn't witness that. So your reality is your reality. You follow me? So it's not for everybody. And whatever you see and whatever you hear is for you, how you shape your thoughts and your mind and your path. Make sense?
Come on now.
Okay, yes. Does that make sense to y'all? I mean, so does that make sense? How you doing, Ms.
It makes sense 100%. And I get it. I'm tracking. I'm picking up what you're putting down. This is my way of living and my way of being and my way of knowing. So I understand and understand all that. However, for the people who are listening, and this may be new to them, or it may be a concept.
Maybe over the head.
Correct. And so our job is not to just speak over people's heads, but to be able to chew it up a little bit so that they can digest it
and make you think a little bit.
Make you think.
Now, one prerequisite is you got to be open.
Okay.
You got to be open. You got to be open to new ideas because otherwise you're not thinking. You just regurgitate. So you got to be open to new thought if you're gonna hang with my daughter and I.
Right. That's fair. That's fair. I was pondering that yesterday. Actually, I was like, gosh, what happens when someone who is open aligns with someone who is closed and attempts to keep that connection? Oh my God, it's pain. It's pain. There's misery. And we're talking about all different types of relationships and connections. So if you're someone who's open-minded and you see the world as full of opportunities, the glass is half full, you're solution-based, solution-focused, and you are holding, most of the time forcing a connection with someone who is closed-minded, you got to release yourself from that pain.
Yes.
And I want to go back because I want to go back to when you say everything happens in divine order. And I know someone is saying, Hyacinth and Mr. Henderson, how can these challenges happen in divine order? What is the purpose of challenges? And my knowing from my experience is that challenges are here to change you.
Growth. That's what came to mind.
Yes.
When you said that, first thing came to my mind, growth. You said it's changing because you cannot grow without
change. Right. I like iteration. It just comes to me that way. Challenges change you. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. Challenges and growth, C energy. But yes, and you're correct. So when this is good because as we are wrapping up 2025 and as we're reflecting on the challenges that you have experienced that are and were in divine order, you have to ask yourself, or you have the opportunity to ask yourself, how did this change me? And if you say, it didn't change me at all, I'm still the same person, I just kicked and screamed the whole time, I talked bad about it, or whatever didn't change me, then I would caution you to ask yourself if you're closed-minded and if you're open-minded. Because here's the thing, the higher power, the creator, the universe, God, whoever, whatever you believe in, whatever you say, does not waste words, does not waste experiences. So when I say the higher power does not waste experiences, if you have had an experience that has challenged you and you cannot identify where it has changed you, you got to go back to the drawing board because the only reason you had that experience is so the challenge can change you.
So you can grow, so you can go to the next level.
Exactly. So that you can change trajectory, go in a new direction, and do better, see better, be better. So if you're experiencing life, and as we're wrapping up 2025, you're like, wow, this challenge, I was so bogged down in the challenge, the acts of it, and who did what, and who said what, and how it made me feel, instead of what opportunities there were for me to learn. Could that be why you're stuck? Could that be why you're not moving ahead in the direction that you desire to move ahead in?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So those challenges take place because that's part of divine order.
It's part of the curriculum.
That's right. It's
part
part
of
it. It's already a script.
Yeah.
It's already written in. It's written in whether you want to accept it or not. And really, you hurt yourself by trying to change it, or you waste a lot of time by worrying. Mm-hmm. None of us have ever been successful and changed nothing by worry.
With worry. Yeah, worry's not gonna cut it.
It don't, matter of fact, it's such a sin until it hurts you internally. Yeah. And it causes your body to start breaking down. You know, heart attacks, high blood pressure, you know, just loss of sleep or whatever. That's self destruction. It really is, because when you think about it, you can only do what you can do. So therefore, if you're doing all you can do and things happen, when you're a kid, when it rains, you get all sad or whatever. But when you are adult and it rains, it's time to rain or it's time to snow, you accept that's the way it is. It's a circle of life. That's what happens. The same thing as they said January coming, they said that it was going to be more people being laid off. Now, I just read a report that says 1.2 million people lost their jobs in 2025. They're expecting more to lose their jobs come January in 2026. Now, you may be thinking like, oh my God, I hope, I pray. But let me tell you something. You can hope and pray whatever you want to, but I'm telling you, it's in divine order. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen, but it's for your good and your growth, because the universe is telling you it's time for you to get somewhere else and use what's in your mind and your brain to do something else and start to think, because you've been on that sorry job that ain't paying you too much. They didn't fire you and you didn't really like it anyway. And it's time for you to move on. And if you said, I loved my job, it's still stagnant. It's more for you to do. I promise you. And you have to use your creative juices. That's all what's happening. And you understand that. You say, okay, instead of moping, getting in the fetal position, you say, okay, start thinking, which you probably haven't done in a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah. this year was a very interesting year for me. So oh my God, very interesting year.
How so?
But I finally, semantics.
Okay. All right.
Doesn't matter. But I finally got to the point to understand, like really appreciate your phrase, not understand, but really appreciate your famous phrase that you always say when I would be experiencing things. And I'm like, okay, Dad, I get that. But
I gotta hear this.
Do you know what the phrase is?
This too pass?
Oh my God, this too shall pass.
Have I ever lied?
No. And I used to hate when you said, like, I was like, okay, I get it. This too shall pass. But like, I don't want to hear that right now. I want to like,
I want to mope in it.
I want to, not necessarily moping
Well,
it,
you wanna
but
stay right there.
I wanna at least for a minute. My human side was
You
acting
want
up.
a Polaroid picture, and rather instead of having a movie.
I wanted to
where
dissect it. I wanted to take the frog and dissect it. Remember ninth grade science class, or that was at 10th grade? I wanted to dissect it, and you were like,
I
"This
never
too
did
shall
that.
pass."
Yeah.
This is, and I'm like, "Hold
Yeah.
on, is this bypassing?" However, I've gotten to the point now where instead of despising that phrase, I use it as an anchor. And it's like it's almost like this too shall pass. So
That's right.
whatever the experience is now, it gotta pass.
Regardless, if you want to stay anchored in the stand, that's your pain.
Right. It has to pass. So I want to go back. So thank you for that. You're right.
Big Papa. Listen,
You're
the only
right.
time I was wrong
It's when I thought I was wrong.
is when I thought I was wrong, and I actually was right.
You're right. You're right. What can I say?
I've been telling them, all 5 of my children, I've been telling them for a long time.
Yeah, we just wanted
Takes
a little more. But everybody on their own journey. I'm in that space of my journey now where it's like, okay.
I just cut to the chase and say this gonna pass.
Right. But you do have, how many girls do you have? 3 girls?
3 girls and 2
boys. So your girls generally need a little something more than this too shall pass. But at 44, I'm there now. It's okay. I get it. So let's go back. We were talking, you gave the example of if someone loses their job or gets laid off, because we understand that we're in a season where more layoffs are coming.
Robots are coming.
Oh my
AI.
goodness. I thought about it when I was in the grocery store the other day, and there are less and less cashiers. And I remember when they first started introducing the self-checkout, I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm off. I'm not working it up. But then the other day I had a flashback to a few years ago, probably 10 years ago, when I was in Amsterdam. And you had to bag your own groceries. That was just their way of life. And I thought to myself, I said, wow, in 2 years, 5 years, it's just going to be how it's done. Someone else bagging your groceries and scanning your groceries isn't going to be a
growth
thing.
and development. We're moving on.
I know. So going back to the example, you say, well, if you get laid off or things happen, this is in divine order. Yes, it's in divine order. However, we understand that you are having a human experience, and your human side may feel that for a moment.
It's cool. It's cool.
Yes, you agree that that's cool?
It's cool because you that's all you know.
That's all you know. But you can move forward.
In order for you to move forward, you got to say, let's go. Start the movie, start the day up, because the days and the nights, they go without you.
They're going to keep going.
Whether you laying in bed on the cover for a week or never moved out of bed, I'm telling you, the day didn't stand still.
Right. It's not waiting for you.
It's not waiting for you. Time continues. This thing is not, like I said, it's not a snapshot Polaroid picture. Life is a movie. It continues to change and evolve. You don't have to stay in that scene. And I'm gonna tell you something, whether it's a bad scene or it's a good scene, you're not going to stay in that scene.
Bad and good, whether it's a challenging scene.
Well, I mean, look at me. Listen, the other day I looked at some pictures 20 years ago and I had a whole lot of hair. That was a scene I wish, time to go. Scene right now.
You haven't just adjusted to the amount of hair that you have now? You haven't this is my hair.
No, right. I have. Okay. In the sense of me going back, trying to stay back in the past.
You know, you can go to Turkey and get a hair transplant.
I'm not doing that. I already got you.
I looked that up. Did I text you that? Did I send that to you?
Somebody text me that.
Oh, I think I did. You can go to Turkey and do it. It's very economical too.
It doesn't make me happy.
You don't want to see how you look with hair?
That doesn't make me happy. I'm past the physicalness.
Oh, good. Great.
Yeah, I'm
great
past
response.
that. I'm past the physicalness. You know, I'm 67 years old. The journey is good.
What about the people, you mentioned worry a few moments ago. What about the people who are worried about Christmas and the Christmas gifts and the financial positioning and like what do you say to those
superficial drama?
Oh my God.
Humans superficial drama that really tags and pull on the human emotions. And it makes you sad or makes you feel like you know what's amazing is the super gluttony of rich and then the poor in America. That's quite interesting when I look at that. It's really interesting. I just feel that more people should be in the street shouting or saying something, but I have to look at it and say, since they're not, and everybody's still watching Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and the football games or whatever, I mean, okay, because nothing really changes until you changes it. You know what I mean? So, and
then you look back and like, wow, I can't believe I was caught up in this. Right.
Yeah.
So that's how I was. Years ago, I stopped the whole Christmas thing. Oh, remember when I stopped coming to Christmas breakfast? How long has that been? Probably 10 years now.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably 10 years now. Because it just didn't make me feel good. The stress of I got to buy this and I got to wrap this. It just was like, it didn't make me.
It's not saying that it's bad because some people really, some people find very joyness in
Right.
Halloween and
If you
and 4th of
find joy
July.
in it,
Yeah,
then that's fine.
yeah.
But I want to speak to the people who are feeling pressured and feeling less than or have experiencing different emotions because of the holiday season.
And that's a human experience.
That's a human experience.
And it's human emotions. I mean, use our five senses.
Yeah.
And most things that make you really sad is when you compare yourself with others.
Oh, that's a word.
Yeah.
That's a word. I've been reflecting on that and thinking about that. I'm like, your life is just as perfect as it is. You are exactly where you're supposed to be.
Right.
The only reason you start to experience pain is when you start to compare yourself to other
Well, it's
people.
two things. Comparing one
Mm-hmm.
is comparing yourself to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Two is living in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two things that make you very unhappy and make you sad, because then you measure yourself. You'll say how I used to, and I used to do this and this, or even like saying how I used to have hair. You know what I mean? I mean, living in the past and comparing yourself. If you will, first of all, if you can get past living in the past and okay, now we're here right now, okay, and enjoying that, smelling, breathing, having a good time, and then not comparing yourself to others. That's a gift. That really is a gift to be able to not compare yourself. Yeah. It's like a disease.
Yeah, I was going to say it's an epidemic, especially at this point. A lot of my older clients experience this as well, but my younger clients, I find myself explaining to them that you are exactly where you need to be and you're doing wonderful, sweetie. And they don't buy it. And I'm talking about younger clients who are earning over 6 figures a year.
Social media.
Oh my God. Young people in their 20s. Earning over 6 figures a year.
Yes.
Living on their own, paying all of their expenses, still able to save and invest and have leftover money and feeling like they're behind.
Yes. Feeling unhappy. Yes.
Unhappy. And I was talking to a 17-year-old the other day. What do I need to do? I see you have this. And I'm saying to myself, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. And this is not only true for young people. I'm going to tell you what I tell my young people, and I tell my elders as well. You could never be in the wrong space as long as you're not sitting on your butt, watching Netflix all day and eating bonbons. You are in the classroom that you're supposed to be in. You're not supposed to be further along. You're not supposed to be in some imaginary space. You are in the classroom that you are equipped and consciously able to understand what the teacher, aka life school people experiences, are teaching. So when you compare yourself to others, it's almost like saying, I want to get out of general science. I want to get out of general science. I see all the fine girls and fine men. They're in anatomy and physiology. And I want to go and move. And so you kick and scream and you ask the teacher to sign your course change letter. And she's like, you're not ready for that. Okay. But so you go in anatomy and physiology and you get there and you start to fail. You can't handle it. You can't stomach the projects that they have you doing. You are not equipped for that because you wanted to be somewhere where you were not ready to be. What does this look like in the real world? You are seeing things and then seeking validation, comparing yourself to others. You want the bigger house, the bigger car, the fancier shoes, and you go ahead and get in that space. And then before you know it, you can't afford it. Credit card debt through the roof.
Yes.
Pulling money from your retirement.
Yes.
Arguing with your spouse about finances.
Yes.
Because you should have been right there in the classroom that you are equipped to be in. And so that you can get all the lessons, all the experiences, have conversations with all the peers that are sitting next to you and understand and are learning what you're trying to learn. It reminds me when people call and say, I want to trust.
Yes. They just called because they heard it on Instagram.
I want to trust. And I said,
okay, got two niggas to call at the time and they want to live in trust.
Don't even know.
They want a dynasty trust.
What?
They want a dynasty trust.
First of all, don't even know the differences between trust.
Right.
And then don't have the assets to put in
the trust.
The trust.
Right.
The trust isn't good or bad.
It's like a homeless person saying, I want a closet.
Right.
Do you have a house? Nope, but I want a closet.
I want a closet. I seen it. I want a closet. And I want a Ninja Foodie. That's an appliance.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, and some of the people are. But let me tell you something. Mm-hmm. If you're picking up what Hyacinth is putting down, that means she's talking to you. Mm-hmm. If you have to make yourself, and it's very hard to do something, then it's not really natural. Mm-hmm. Now oh my God, I think I'm stepping on some toes now.
Go ahead.
You are who you are.
Okay.
You are who you are. In divine order, you are who you are. The pain comes when you try to be something that you're not. Okay, let me say it again. I want y'all to pick this up now. And this is financial. This is total financial. If you work in a 9-to-5 job and they're paying you $15 an hour, that's where you are. You should not be trying to drive a Rolls Royce because you don't have Rolls Royce money. And the only thing it's going to do is depress you because you're going to compare yourself with others.
Yeah.
You're supposed to drive a car that you can afford off $15 an hour. The pain comes when you try to be more than where you are at the time.
You currently are, right?
Now, when you come to that realization and you want the Rolls Royce and you still have the $15 an hour job, if you really want it, is really in you, you would keep the $15 an hour job and work on part-time on invention or a side hustle that's going to give you $50 an hour or $100 an hour. You follow me? Because see, you have to be able to have the consciousness to hold that which you want. If you don't have the consciousness, pain comes. You feel bad. You feel depressed. You understand? Does that make sense?
100%. 100%. And then you are saying, why is this happening to me? Well, you can change that. Let it go. You can change it at any time. You can change that and say, hey, I'm going to release this. I'm going to study the notes that are in alignment with the classroom that I'm in. I'm not going to worry about what's going on over there. Yes, I see them walking. I pass them in the hallway. I see them posting their selfies. I see them posting their projects. I see them going on field trips. I see everything they're doing over there. But while I'm here, I am not comparing myself to them. And don't get us wrong. Don't misunderstand us. We're not telling you not to strive for greatness. We're not telling you not to want better and to do better. The process of life is an evolving process. You should absolutely be wanting more and doing more, but you must finish your breakfast before you have dessert. You must finish your breakfast before you move on to lunch. What does that mean? If you have not successfully mastered the season that you're in, you're not going to help yourself by jumping ahead. And how do you know that? Mr. Henderson said a word that I love. It's one of my favorite words, and that's consciousness. The consciousness, you have to ask yourself, do I have the consciousness and the capacity to be able to understand what I desire?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, you have to grow into consciousness, different levels of consciousness. So you may not be at that level of consciousness right now today. That doesn't mean you'll never be there. What we're saying is do the work, do the reps.
And I like to, when you said grow, I thought about repetition.
Do the reps.
You can't just do it one time. You have to do it over and 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 over until it becomes so simple. It's like blinking. It's like swallowing. It's like breathing. You know, you don't even think about breathe in, breathe out.
It just happens.
Breathe in. It just happens.
Yeah.
You do it. And that's how anything that you want to accomplish coming into the 2026 new year, you're going to have to understand that. You know, you really have to. Let me tell you another thing. Like the level that I am and we are at right now, it was very hard. To have the understanding and even the consciousness that we have, it took a lot of practice, and it still takes practice, and it's very hard.
And nobody wants to hear about that.
No one wants to hear.
No one can. Like literally, people do not care.
We make it seem like it's easy, but it's. And I give you the understanding is, it's like, you know, everybody likes football games, and then, you know, over the holidays we're gonna watch football. But man, let me tell you something. We're just watching the games, but no one sees when those guys have a headache. And they got to still go out there and hit each other, running full speed like a car. You know,
when they have to get up for weight training.
Oh my God. Hot in the sun,
for recovery.
Yeah.
When they have to make sure their diets are on point.
Oh my God.
When they have to watch film and tape. No one sees
Boring,
that. You would just expect them to win the game, and then you're fan in the stands, and if they're not winning, you're like, get them out of here.
Yeah.
Why don't you practice? Hold on,
And kill yourself, all that kind of
you
stuff.
can't play at this level.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Anytime you want to achieve anything, I don't care if it goes right to having a good relationship. You know, husband and wife, boyfriend, whatever. In order to have something worth having, man, it's hard.
You got to go through it.
But how you get past the hard is you repetition, doing it over and over, because like it becomes second nature. And I always say that riding a bike, learning how to ride a bike. Some of y'all still learn to ride a bike. You know, you fall down.
You think so?
A lot of people don't like, and don't even think about swimming. Half the country don't know how to swim, especially people from the island.
Well, they should know how to swim.
No dig, but a lot of y'all on the island, y'all can't swim. You know what I mean?
True.
I mean, never learned because they took swimming lesson, drunk some water, and that's it for me.
And that's it. They just stopped.
That's it for me. Or riding a bike and fell down like, oh, that's it for me. You know what I mean?
I wish people understood how much we fail.
Oh, God.
I wish people understood how much the stress levels are through the roof.
Mr. Mark.
We're like, I wish
almost got it.
I wish people understood, because and as you always say, you know when you're in the vicinity, you're in connection, you're in alignment with someone who is worth their salt.
Right.
Because they're not judging.
Not comparing.
They're not comparing. They look at things different because they've been through it themselves.
They had to run the race.
So they're not in the stands saying, why are you running so slow? They're not in the stands. They have experienced that, they've done that, and they understand.
There's no envy or jealousy.
No, and that's the key.
Because everybody who really is worth their salt and really doing all they could do, they know they had to
put in work. So why would I be jealous and envious of you?
That's right.
Because I know what you went through.
Know what you went through. Because you know, especially if you holding it and you keeping it now. If you get it one day and it's gone next day, you cheated. Yeah. Because you can't hold it. Yeah. Remember, you can't hold if it's not in your conscience. It'll go. That's why people that win the lottery, they broke.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
that's why a drug dealer that all of a sudden a lot of drugs. Next thing he got 100 years in jail. Yeah. And his family broke. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everybody broke. So
they were not of that consciousness to be able to hold that kind of wealth. Plus, they were going about it in a way that was illegitimate.
Out of alignment, right?
Yeah, out of alignment.
So going into the new year, we want you to think about how you're going to approach it, because you can't take your old self into the new year because it won't work. And the problem is a lot of people have been doing that. And a lot of us view time as just passing time. And time is the most precious thing that we all have, because you can't buy it. You can't get it back. And it continues to change and evolve and grow. So we have to do the same thing. We got to stop thinking the same old way and always got to renew ourselves. Just like you look at Taco Bell. I always talk about Taco Bell. Can you imagine Taco Bell still in business and thriving? Because every time you turn around, they got a different taco. A breakfast taco, a pancake. How many ways can you spin a taco? But they've been doing very good. They figured it out, marketing, and people come in. You yourself, me, myself, and I, and you we got to continue to reinvent ourselves, especially if you still want to be around.
And it's going to be challenging.
Yes.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. It's not every day. It's not all rainbows and puppies. Nobody cares. They really don't. Even the people that are close to you, they don't really want to hear about it, right? They just like, okay, but I'm sharing this because I want you to keep going. I want you to know that as challenges come for you, you have to look at them and say, okay, what is this teaching me? What is this trying to tell me? How can I, you have to get on the other side unless you die. Unless you die, you got to get on the other side. So if you think about it like that, like, okay, I know I cannot be in this season forever. The sun has to shine again. The rain has to stop. And so since I know that, then what do I need to do? And a lot of times thinking about what you need to do, not a lot of times, all the times, thinking about what you need to do starts in the mind. It starts with a shift in perspective. It starts with how you're seeing the thing, the experience, how you're seeing yourself and your capabilities. So when you experience things, if you start to say, I need to shift my mind, change my perspective so that I can then take action to have a different result. Because when I change my mind and then take action, whatever season I'm in, is going to change. And I'm not only talking to the people who are experiencing challenges. You could be very comfortable, but here's the thing. Comfort does not last. So if you're comfortable and you're wanting more, and you've been saying you've been wanting more, you got to shift that perspective, take action to change so that you can then have more.
Yes, you really do. So here's a principle that I want all of y'all to take in for Christmas and the New Year's. It's a principle that I adhere to. And I want you all to consider this, what I'm about to say. Okay?
Okay.
In life, in each and every one of our lives, We have choices.
Mm-hmm.
We all have that. Seemingly,
Mm-hmm.
it appears like we all have choices.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go into that later.
Mm-hmm.
But if you picked someone
Mm-hmm. Or something,
or something,
or some experience,
you can unpick
that. Mm.
that person. I
Mhm.
want to say it again. Anybody who you pick to be in your life,
Mm-hmm.
if it's not going the way you want to, or if it's not working out, you have the right and the freedom to unpick
Mhm.
them.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side, and this is even bigger, there are more people that you did not pick in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't pick somebody or choose somebody, guess what? They are not your responsibility. You should not try to change them. They don't belong to you to change, because you only can pick yourself or pick who's ever in your life or what you do with your life. But if you didn't pick them, you didn't pick your brother, you didn't pick your cousin, you're wasting time trying to control them, make them do something that you want them to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're violating universal law. You can only unpick that which you picked. Other than that, don't lose no don't lose no sleep on anybody outside of you picking them. Don't lose no sleep. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. You didn't pick your daddy. If your daddy a drunk, get over it. You didn't pick him. He got his own journey. You got to look at him and say, oh, daddy, you drunk. You ain't even pick your mama. I'll get in that later.
You know, we differ on that.
I know we do.
We do. I believe you pick your parents.
Okay. I can't go on that right now. That's a little too deep for the end of the year.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later on.
Let's circle back. I picked you. He'll be good daddy. And look.
I sure ain't picked mine.
You did. He taught you the lessons you needed to learn.
Yeah, okay.
So he gave you the experiences you needed so that you can be the daddy that you are.
Okay, so let me finish. Let me. What did Norvik say?
Meet them where they are, no change, and leave them where they are. I like that. Meet them where they are and leave them where they are. Yes.
Because you didn't pick them, Norvik. I mean, you didn't pick them. You shouldn't lose a lot of sleep on that. Anybody you pick to come your way as a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, whatever, anybody who you pick, it's like having you're gonna have a volleyball team and you the captain. You pick them, and y'all got a sorry team.
Yeah.
You could pick them.
Yeah, with that I agree. But with your spouse's boyfriend, girlfriend, and things like that, I don't think you should try to change them either. You should learn how to pick better. You got to learn how to. You got to learn how to pick.
But
better.
anytime you try to change another human being, you're violating universal
I
law.
agree, 100%. That's why I say
Because
you
didn't create them.
100%. And I always say you stop trying to play God.
You playing God, and that's a violation.
Yes,
so you're gonna get some pain.
You're gonna get some pain, and then a lot of times I believe that most people don't realize that each soul who is in a human body, who's having a human experience, this human avatar, each and every soul is here with their own curriculum and lessons to learn. Mr. Henderson has his own curriculum and lessons to learn. So if I am trying to change him, I am in violation because I don't know what's on his curriculum. When he incarnated and came through my grandmother's womb, I was not privy to what is on his curriculum. So now I'm looking from the outside. I have not looked at the syllabus. I don't know what the notes are. And I'm saying, you should do this. You need to do that, this and this, right? And we do that with people. But here's the thing. You have to take a step back, or I encourage you to take a step back and say, hold on. I don't even know what lessons they in school right now. And by me attempting to force them and fight with them to change, I am in violation because the teacher got it.
Yes. And I don't want y'all to get confused.
Mm-hmm.
If Hyacinth's trying to show me something and I don't know, you'll know if it's right for you, because when you hear it, it sets right to you. You go, oh, yes, I needed that. I need that information. It's like you come to the Henderson Financial Group because you don't know something and you need financial planning. Mm-hmm. We're going to introduce you to concepts and strategy. Mm-hmm. For a lot of people, they will say, I got it. Oh boy, I love this. Some people will come and say they got a closed mind. They're not ready for it. We used to get upset with that. We used to say, can't you see? But they really can't see. So therefore, we don't get mad with them. We don't call them back saying, hey, you're going to do this, you're going to do this. Henderson Financial Group, we're not going to harass you to do something. If we see a way that you can have a better life or can make you better, and you like, no, you don't see it, it ain't your time. We understand that. We're not going to force you. We ain't going to keep calling you, talking about, hey, it's time to do that. No, because when it's right for you, or when you in that consciousness, when you're in that state of mind, you go, yeah, that feels good. I like that.
This is what I've been looking for.
This is what I've been looking for. I didn't know it. I could see it. You know what I mean? So I don't want you guys to get confused when I say changing someone or talking to someone. It's a lot of programs out there that say, go to this program, it's going to help you get better. But everybody go to that program, it don't help them get better, because some people will excel and some people boring, just passing time, and they don't get with it. That's because they really just trying to force something that they're not. You follow me? So but that's why it's very important for you too. If you don't know what, it's very important for you to continue to look at different avenues and different things to see what clicks with you, and not be pigeon-toed until just one. I'm going to be a correctional officer because my cousin was one, and you're there and you're miserable as hell,
right?
And you're in jail,
right? Every day, willingly. Every day. But here's the thing. I love that you mentioned the word miserable, because the way you feel, your emotions are indicators. And I'm not talking about, or I'm not encouraging you to only do the stuff that makes you feel good.
Police officer. All right.
I'm not doing this. I'm not encouraging. I want y'all to know, I laugh. This one, oh my God. I just laugh and laugh and laugh all day. As I was saying, we're not encouraging you to only do the things that feel good, because there is, just like when you're lifting weights and things like that.
I hate the gym.
Oh my
God! But I went last night. I got to lose 20 pounds.
Who told you that? You told yourself that? Self-told self?
Yeah.
Or you went to the doctor? The doctor told you that?
Well, the doctor says, you was at 185, now you're at 204. And I go, man, doc, I said, I got to, last 6 months, man, I've been eating pizza and burgers and, like Impossible burgers, vegan burgers and
That's
stuff.
Even worse.
I mean, French fries. I've really been like eating soup. I've really been like just having.
Well, you're almost 70, so,
Well, I'm not almost 70. It is what it is. I'm 67. Okay. That's 3 years. But anyway. But every year I do this. I'll go on a fast,
every year,
7 days or whatever.
You do,
because I like variety. I don't like to be stuck. I want to do. If I want to eat some butter pecan ice cream, I want to eat some butter pecan ice cream.
Well, Mr. Henderson, you always say I was 185, but I'm 205. 205 is like your weight when you got to come back down, and you can have variety, but you have to exercise on a regular basis.
I just went to the gym last night.
Whoop dee doo.
My next annual, my next checkup. I just went
in April. I saw it.
April 16th.
Right.
They're gonna do blood work, and I said, I bet you I'll be down 20 pounds.
But here's the thing: why don't you stay down? All you have to do is exercise on a regular basis.
But I still like to just like blah.
Well, you can do that. You can eat how you want to eat.
But I got the mindset I can reel it back in.
Okay, I'm all right.
But how I see, honestly, be honestly open face off. I really do like the challenge.
But
I'm a habitual challenger. I like the challenge. If I just stay down to 180 or whatever, I'd be boring.
No, it wouldn't, because you challenge yourself with the different exercises and fitness things that you do. That's going to be challenging.
Speak for yourself. You've done that. You cut the gluten out, and now you're just getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier.
No, I'm not.
Well, I'm just saying you lost a lot of weight. You really maintain. I'm proud of that. You really
because I have to go to the gym and exercise and Pilates, and I do not like it.
Yeah,
but I do it because I don't
go to the gym more than I do.
Clearly,
yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Why don't you start going to the gym on a regular basis? Would you like to be my gym buddy?
Not really. That won't make me happy.
You got to do the things that challenge you, so you can change you.
180, 185.
But then that's okay, April. But then what about May, June, July, August?
Listen, I'm gonna keep it down
for the remainder of the year.
We'll see. But I'm in control. I like the challenge and my potential. That's what
you're putting too much stress on your body.
No, I like that. Come on, I have no aches, no pains, no medication, no nothing, no high blood pressure, no all my the PNC, whatever all that stuff is good. PAC.
Please, too much information.
All my stuff
please,
is like good. So
great,
I'm good.
Okay, right. Keep it that way, because I got another 30 years before I have to take care of you. How? I gotta live
for yourself. Don't be 30 years. Take care of you now. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised now. I ride my bike still 20 miles. Okay, but anyway, all right.
Mhm.
What were we saying, Norvik? Norvik, you said, "Oops, where?" What did you
Um,
say?
it happened a
Okay,
few 7 minutes ago,
okay.
and then
Turn
we
the page.
we turned the page, and
All right.
so yes,
So anyway, we're
and
gonna be
here we
back
are.
every Wednesday
Mhm.
because we're gonna be talking about retire. We're gonna specialize on what more like retirement
Yeah,
planning,
it's retirement strategies, because that's the thing. People see this word as retirement as some pie in the
building
sky
wealth.
word that doesn't. Right. Let's talk about building wealth.
Let's talk about building
Because people
wealth.
are like retirement, they
Yeah,
feel like it doesn't apply to them. But basically, retirement is when you're gonna need some money when you're not working.
yeah.
When
Retirement is like when you don't have to work.
work optional.
Yeah,
That's
work
my thing.
optional. Yeah,
When you
that's what we'll call it.
when you are work optional, how are you going to live your life? And I am not a fan of people reducing their lifestyle and their way of living in retirement. I feel
But
like
that's the thing.
that's a thing, but
Yeah,
a lot of people feel like, oh, when I get in retirement, I got to cut this, and this. No, you've worked most of your life. Now that you're in, oh, that's the car wash man. Now that you're in retirement, you still should be enjoying your life.
yeah. Let's call it building instead of retirement plan. Let's call it building wealth and retirement options.
I don't like that.
Why? Why?
It's too long,
Okay, building wealth.
too general.
What do you want to call it? I mean, because people don't want to retire. People just want money, and they want to have they want their cash flow to be sufficient so they can do whatever they want
Too
to
much
do.
big words. Income. Income is what people want. People understand income. So income builders, income
But
something.
income seems like job income.
Income without
Income
work.
rate. But like, what about cash flow?
Why don't you all help us decide?
What about cash flow?
We will let the audience help us decide. Drop some name ideas in the chat, whether you do it live or you watch the replay, and then we'll see. But it has to be something like that. People, the average person, a 6-year-old can understand what that is. Cash flow.
Cash flow is simple. I mean, your
Yeah.
cash is flowing.
Okay, but we got to put a spin on it.
Cash flowing.
Okay, I'm hungry. I got to get my protein.
Whether you work or not work, cash is flowing. How do we create a cash flow system?
Cash flow machine.
Cash flow machine.
Cash flow monster.
Yeah,
Cash flow machine.
Yeah, that's what we should dedicate 2026, creating a cash flow machine.
I like that.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Whether it's vending machines, whether it's dividends, whether it's real estate, whether it's insurance, whether it's annuity. What is cash flow machines? How do you build? Because I do believe that we were, 40, 50 years ago, we were taught, listen, you're going to work, but you got to take money, feed this cash flow machine. So when you get tired, before they fire you or lay you off, then you can just turn on this cash flow machine that you've been putting money in, and it's just going to take care of all of your financial needs. That would have been a thing.
Do you think people would have listened? No, they don't listen now.
I still think it's not consciously explained to most people how the world works.
Oh, now you acting like me. Or you have this hope for people. You're like, they just don't understand it right. It wasn't explained right.
Well, only for the people who just need a little nugget. Okay. Some people just want to be sleeping and they just turned off. They're just the three type of people. The ones that hear were the ones that hear when they're told. And the last one that they ain't gonna never hear. I don't care
even
what
when
you
they're
say.
Told, right?
Blue in the face, they just they ain't gonna hear you.
Wow.
So I think the people the middle that hear when they told, a lot of people say, I just didn't know that. Those are the clients that we get, people that want to know more.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll talk to those people.
Yeah, we don't get clients that know everything, and we don't get clients who just don't want to hear. We get the clients that said, "Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, thank you for telling me."
Thank you for enlightening me. You turned on the light in here. Oh my gosh, how amazing! Thank you. That's what they say.
All right.
We gotta go. My son is 15 today.
That's right, my grandson. Yeah. Man, we're gonna have a good time today. He's 15, day before Christmas.
And of all the places, I was thinking about this. I said, I'm so blessed. He could have went anywhere in the world,
especially
done anything, huh?
Especially where you go eat it, matcha cha-cha-wan or whatever. The man say, where you say you want to go?
Chili's.
Ooh, he want to go to Chili's.
And I took him to 2 malls. We went to Aventura and Sawgrass, and he didn't find anything he wanted.
I've taken him to Chili's before in his life, and he's loved it.
So we're going to eat Chili's.
Yeah,
I'm going to eat before I go.
Because they don't have anything gluten-free there.
They do.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Good. Chili's.
Salmon.
Oh, yeah.
They have salad.
Yeah, they got salmon, broccoli. Yeah, that's when I eat that.
But I'm not sure that these places wash their vegetables.
Oh, God, Jesus. All right. Hey, listen, we love y'all. Be safe. Don't spend too much of your money. Don't run up them credit cards because it's all a game. And the stuff going to tear up anyway and fade away. You need to have money for your money machine.
Yeah, your cash flow machine.
Your cash flow machine that we're going to be talking about in 2026. Much
Yeah.
love, peace, be safe.
Love.
Love.
And soul.
I'll see you Saturday.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, I'll see him Saturday.
You
James
sure will,
Cana.
James C. All
All right.
right.
Peace.
Happy Easter.